If you want to insert one account, then we are creating account ACC equal to new account. ACC dot name equal to Kiran. Now insert ACC. If I am executing this code, only one record only it is creating. Bulk of records, bunch of records if you want to execute, then we go for the some for loops we are using. There is one loop is for is the loop. In the for loop, integer, okay, initialization, it takes three statements. First one is the initialization, condition, third one is increment or decrement. Increment or decrement. Here your business logic we are writing. Your business logic we are writing in this. This is syntax. How to write here? Example, if you want to write. Now if you want to write for loop, initialization is integer, some I is equal to 1. How many times you want to execute this loop? So the starting number is I equal to 1. I is less than or equal to 10 times. Now I plus plus. If I use the plus plus, it is incremented by 1. If I use the plus plus, it is incremented by 1 I value. If I am using the I minus minus, then it is decremented by 1. What happened means, in this if I am writing system.debug of I value is plus I. First it is I value is initializing 1. I value is initializing 1. After that it is checking the condition whether it is this value is less than or equal to 10 or not. It is checking. Yes, value is I value is 1. So 1 is less than 10. So satisfy. Condition is satisfied. Then this loop is executing. After execution of this loop, again it is checking here incremented by 1. What is the value previous? I value is 1. 1 plus 1 is nothing but a 2. So again it is checking whether 2 is less than or equal to 10 or not. Yes, it is 10 less than or equal to 10. Now condition is satisfied. So whenever it is satisfied, again it is executing one more time this loop. After that it is again it is checking incremented by 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 is less than or equal to 10. Yes, satisfied. Again executing. Incremented by 1. 4. Executing. 5. Executing. 10. Executing. After that 11. 11 is less than or equal to 10. Condition is a fail. In this time, so it is a come out of from the loop. The execution is come out of from the loop. It cannot execute only up to, so the valid condition only valid, then only it is executing. If the condition is fail, it is a come out from the loop. Suppose if I am executing this code, we are executing 10 times you are executing. The output we are getting I value is 10, 1 to 10. I value is 1, I value is 2, like this. It is executing 10 times it is executed. Now if you want to create the same code, into here, if I am executing this code, if I am executing here, account here, whenever we are executing the account, so I am taking Kiran plus I am taking Kiran plus I. That means Kiran 1, Kiran 2, Kiran 3, like this it is. Just I am taking 4 times or 5 times I am taking. If I'm executing this loop, 5 times it is executing, 5 times it is executing, and it is creating the record 5 times. How many SQL queries, how many DML operations are performed here? So 5 DML statements are executed, 5 out of 150. So 5 operations it is performed. 5 rows are affected. How many times DML statements insert operation? 5 times it is executed. If it is checking now, Kiran Kumar 1 2 3 4 5, 5 times it is executed your records. That means if you want to execute multiple times, if you want to execute multiple times, then we are using the for loop we are using. So our concentration is not inserting. For selecting the data for updations at that time or deletions, we required multiple times, multiple operations required. For that only we are using. Just for understanding purpose, same name I use. I'm using for insert operation. So whether how to executing bulk amount of records, how to perform the operations. The same for loop is given in one more format, that is a for each loop. We are calling as a for each loop. This is a for loop. This is nothing but a for loop. This is nothing but a for loop. So here for each loop, this loop we can use arrays and in the collections we are using. This loop we are using in arrays and collections. Here now type T, otherwise generally we are using for S object, S colon some S collection or arrays S collection, like this we are using. Here business logic we are implementing. So this is through programmatically, I will show it later, but here this is the value we are using. Like this we are creating, this is the way we are creating. If you want to select the data, then we are using S4QL queries. There is two types of queries. One is S4SL SASL queries, Salesforce object, Salesforce object search language, Salesforce object search language is the one. It is used to searching or global searching. Global searching in the Salesforce login. Salesforce login. So entire login, if you want to search, then we are using the, this is we are using. Now here for this, it is provided find is the keyword. Find is the keyword. By using find keyword, by using find keyword, we can search in the multiple objects. Now SOQL queries SQL queries, it is used to perform the operations. DML operations if you want to perform. So first we are using the some SQL queries. Salesforce object query language. Salesforce object query language. It is it is by using select keyword. We are performing the DML operations by using so by using select operation. After that we are performing DML operations. What are the DML operations we are performing? DML operations are nothing but data manipulation language. Data manipulation language. So this is for performing the operations, DML operations. Those DML operations are like insert, update, delete, upset, like this. These are the operations are DML operations. That DML operations are nothing but data manipulation language. If you want to insert the data, you can use the insert operation. If you want to update programmatically, then update is delete, upsert, insert plus update. So like this we are performing these operations. These are the operations we are performing. Now, if you want to write the select, so this is SQL queries we are using just 2 to 3% only. Maximum we are using SQL queries only we are using. Suppose if I want to search in this TCS, like this if I am searching the TCS. TCS is available in the account like this lead, different areas it is available. Whether it is available or not, if you want to search like this, if you want to search, then we are using SQL queries. Such type of queries if you want to perform in the Salesforce programming, then we are using the SQL queries we are using. Now I want to use insert. I want to select the data from the database. Then we are using the select command in the SQL query. Yes, SQL queries. What are the queries we are using? The same SQL queries only we are using here. That is nothing but if you want to select the data. So here, okay, if you want to select the data, then we are using one query we are writing. That query is select from select field 1, field 2, field n from S object. From the S object we are selecting. After selecting this data, we are storing into some S object. SOBJ equal to, like this we are writing the sum query. 1 second. This is one account is the table. Okay, before that I have the integer a equal to 10, integer b equal to 20. I want to store the data 10 and 20. For this we are using the integer type. If I want to store the string value, hi is the value or Rajendra. I want to store the data. What is we are using here? For this string, some name equal to, like this we are using the some string name equal to Rajendra. Like this we are using the some string name. What type of data it is? A string type of data. So for string type of data we are using string variables. We are using for storing the this type of data. Now I have true or false. For this we are using boolean, we are using boolean b equal to some, or boolean flag equal to boolean some flag equal to true or false we are writing. If you want to store the data true or false, then we require some boolean is the data type we are using. The same way we have a account acc equal to some new account we are creating. So account values, if you want to take acc equal to new account we are creating, like this new account we are creating. So account values if you want to store, then we required new account object is required. Account object is required. Here something name equal to Kiran. We have the account object. If you want to store the data account data, then we required account is the object. Like this, some data types we required to store the particular type of data. Now I have a one account object. In that account object, this is the account 1, account 2, account 3, like this 10 records are there. These are the records. If you want to store this account or record this information, we required one object is required. What is required? If you want to store the account data, then we required account object is required. Now if you want to store account, then account record is required. I want to store this second. For this one more object is required. If I have 10 objects, 10 rows, for this we required 10 account objects are required. Suppose here 10 is there, 20 is there. For 10 we are using the one integer, for 20 we are using the one more integer. That means, so every value we required one object is required. So like this here also every record we required one object is required. Here if I have 10 objects, then 10 records, then 10 objects are required. The same way here also whenever we are selecting one account object or one contact object, any object. So for any object, parent is nothing but the S object is the some parent type. S object is the parent type. So S object is nothing but a parent. It is storing any type of data we can represent. Suppose I have the account data. I want to read the account data. For example, I want to read the account data. How to read the account data? Select ID. What are the fields are there? In that ID, name, account name, phone number, industry, rating, like this from account. Whenever we are selecting the data from the account, this account is, if you want to store the data account, then we required account is required. Account to some ACC equal to, we are selecting the data from the account and we are storing the data. Whenever we are writing like this means, this is we are creating and we are storing manually, we are writing here. Whenever we are using this query, in this query already some existing records we are selecting from the database. That database we are holding in the some particular corresponding object. In this case we are selecting the data. Whenever I am executing this query, we are getting some exception, we are getting error message. Too many DML statements or more than one row for S object, assignment to S object. Because suppose if you are selecting the database, there is some 10 records are there. There is some 10 records. These 10 records if you want to store, we require 10 objects are required. But instead of 10 objects we are using only one object only we are using here. Only one object only we are using. So because of this reason it is throwing the some error message. Instead of that, if I am using here limit 1, if I use the limit 1, that means there is some 100 objects are there, 1000 objects, no problem, but from that only one object only you can select and that one object you can store. That is we are saying to system, so select one object and you can store the, this object is only one object only you can store it. So for this we are using the now limit is we are using the limit is using. Is it clear? Is it clear for everyone? Why we go for the arrays? Arrays are used to store the group of similar type of data. For this we go for the arrays. Yeah, tell me. Anyone have questions? No questions. Usha, no questions. Raja, any questions? Mir,
I'm good, Rajendra.
yes. Pavan, Manoj, Mir, Manoj, no questions. Anyone have any questions? No questions. Okay. So I will upload the video today afternoon. So just you find out. I will send the documents also. And any queries? Any queries? No queries. Okay, bye. Do it practice. Okay, bye.